We are not rare, but before you leave, you will perceive the lore will be unlocked. You might be stalked by a Sasquatch or a ghost witch, possibly even a ghost that will boast about knowing the Ohio Grassman or even the Michigan Dogman. Werewolves hunt, poltergeists are up front, but in these backwoods, folklore is unlocked.
Welcome to Folklore Unlocked. I'm Austin, and like always, I'm joined by Ethan.
Yep, hello again, everyone.
And this week, we are taking a look at the very odd case of Theresa Bier and her disappearance. And a little background on Theresa. She was born Theresa Ann Bier on April 16th, 1971, and went missing when she was 16 on June 1st, 1987 from Fresno, California. And she was 5'5" and 110 pounds at the time of her disappearance. And reportedly her parents were abusive, which initially put her into like the state's custody, where she eventually was put into the custody of her uncle, known as Blind Johnny, because, well, he was blind, who is also reportedly abusive to her, along with some of his friends. So guess you as listeners can guess what kind of abuse was dealt along with that. And in the upper right hand corner, we've got a picture of Theresa.
And then the disappearance. So she went on a camping trip with Russell, or nicknamed Skip Welch, age 43, to see Bigfoot in the Sierra Nevada mountains, which it doesn't really have much to do with this case, but we do have videos on Bigfoot on this channel.
Multiple episodes on Bigfoot and Bigfoot cousins.
Yeah, Bigfoot adjacent. And she was last seen by Skip at 7:20 p.m. on June 1st of 1987. And they were camped at the Shut-Eye Peak area about 25 miles from Bass Lake.
And Skip had a few stories, with one of them being very interesting. And we've got a picture of Mr. Skip here in the upper right-hand corner. And Skip came back to Fresno several days later, about a week later, and he initially stated that Theresa had ran away from him on June 1st, and he didn't see her after that, which if a teenager runs off into the woods, I think you stop what you're doing. If you can't find her, go to the park rangers or police and tell them that, hey, I need help finding this, teenager. But later on, and this is where Bigfoot really takes center stage, later changed the story to Bigfoot taking Theresa. So, according to Skip, Bigfoot kidnapped her. And Skip was charged with child stealing, but the charge was dropped, I guess, due to lack of evidence.
Yeah, kind of like Austin said there. It's like you don't just show back at home without the person you brought with you. I mean, you don't just show back up. If anything, kind of like Austin was saying, you get the police involved or park rangers or whatever authority is in this area, Or, I mean, you can call the parents too, or whatever. I guess blind whoever her was her guardian at the time.
Blind Johnny, who we'll get into a little documentary about this case later, who have, apparently both Skip and Blind Johnny were not the best of people. So keep that in mind. Allegedly, we're not the best of people.
So the Skip did it theory states that, of course, that Skip, either alone or with someone else's help, did something to Theresa, either murder, kidnapping, child trafficking, just something happened in that area, and it was either Skip or possibly someone else helping him did something to her.
Then we've got the Bigfoot did it theory. And it goes off of Skip's Bigfoot story, stating that Bigfoot forcefully took Theresa off into the wilderness, never to be seen again. How insane is that?
I mean, from what we know of Skip, do we talk about like some of his drug usage later on, or should we just talk about it now?
We can talk about now, but yeah, he did have he did later get pulled over for driving while intoxicated.
I think I also saw that like meth usage. I think I also saw on there. Just drugs usage. So I mean that possibly could have something to do with his mind at the time, maybe.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Oh.
This is all alleged. Like I said, apparently Skip and Blind Johnny were allegedly not the best of people.
Mm.
So keep
And
that in mind.
And there is another theory, so that unknown persons did it theory, which is a person or a group of people might have gotten Theresa and Skip separated, and then took Theresa while attacking Skip. Which I feel like if that was like an actually good theory, I feel like Skip could have just say like, "Oh, someone took her," but like, other than Bigfoot, I mean, I guess that was his thing that Bigfoot took her, not other people.
Well, this one was kind of me theory. He could have got hit over the head, and during all of this, and thought this other person or group of people was a singular Bigfoot. Who
Maybe.
knows? It's just a theory. It's not proven.
Now you see, I was also reading up more about Skip and apparently about his Sasquatch kind of thing, and apparently he thought that in that area they were in, that there was like a group of Bigfoots that lived in caves there. So I mean,
Yeah, he was a self-proclaimed Bigfoot expert.
yeah, self-proclaimed.
And then we've got the Teresa ran away slash got lost by herself theory. And it partially goes off of Skip's first story of Teresa running away from him. Teresa may have ran off from, may have honestly ran off or got separated from Skip and got lost, possibly causing Skip to believe that she had got taken by a Bigfoot when she didn't return. So this is kind of a mishmash of a couple of theories.
Now you see, this is probably my most likely like secondary theory, because there have like, I don't know how big this area is, but like there are a lot of parks and stuff like that that people have gotten lost in, and so it's possible that she could have got lost in the park.
Yeah, take a look at our Missing 411 episode. This honestly, if it's not if Skip did not do anything, it was just purely an accident, or just them getting separated, it could fall on missing 411, possibly.
Hmm. And pop culture. So this is where we got the idea for this case. I guess we got the first idea is that there is a 3 episode series that you can watch called Bigfoot Took Her, which was made in 2025.
And on to our thoughts, I think if you've been listening, I believe that Skip had something to do with Teresa's disappearance, and I honestly don't believe that Bigfoot was actually ever involved in this, other than being the reason that Skip and Teresa were both out in the woods that fateful day.
Yeah, I agree with Austin. I think most likely it had to be Skip or possibly him with some other person that might have done something to her. The other most likely is that she could have possibly have ran away because like I haven't looked up how big the area is, how like wooded it is, so I don't really know how likely it is to just run off into the woods and get lost. But a lot of places, like we talked about the 401, how like you can get lost just running into the woods. So I mean, it's fairly likely. But after looking up stuff about Skip, apparently the police did talk to Skip's friends and family, including Michelle Ryan, who was 17, and apparently he had a. She knew that her father had a habit of taking young girls to the mountains using drugs to lure
Yeah,
them.
the Bigfoot Tucker series didn't mention that. I have watched it, and it did not really paint Skip in the best of lights.
Yeah, just
Kind
everything
of,
around Skip is just very, very suspicious and doesn't make me want to trust him.
yeah, he's kind of painted to be kind of uh, sus, like very sus, as the kids like to say now.
Yeah, I think the very least likely theory is the Bigfoot took her kind of thing, which I don't even know for sure if Skip actually believed that Bigfoot was there. Part of me kind of thinks he probably did. Uh, but it could have just been a kind of almost like a lure, kind of like the drugs, a lure to get people up to the mountain. It's like, oh, we'll go hunt for Bigfoot. Well,
Yeah. This was kind of during the like big boom of Bigfoot of the 1970s and 80s. So I do think I honestly do think that Skip had played a major part in this. For one, he took her there and was the last person to have confirmed seeing Teresa before she went missing. It just lines up that it was somehow, some way, Skip that done it.
yeah, and if it wasn't him, then he does know what happened to her. I feel like.
Yeah, Skip, in my mind, no knew what happened. Sadly, he passed away, so we won't ever get a straight answer out of Skip unless we find somebody finds like a journal entry or something that he wrote down for whatever reason and saying, hey, this is what happened to Teresa. But in my mind, my opinion, I think Skip had something to do with this.
Yeah, agreed.
I think that's all we've got for this week. We'll see you next week. Any last words, Ethan?
Just thanks for watching, everyone.
Thanks for watching. If you're on YouTube, leave us a like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're on Spotify, leave us a comment and a follow, and we'll see you next week.
You might wake up beside Spearfinger with an extended visit from Jack the Ripper. But if you're lucky, it'll be an angel on that range hill of Louisiana. You might meet Marie Laveau or the Road. At Folklore Unlocked, Austin and Ethan concoct their theory of the eerie and unexplained around the world, sometimes even the underworld. The lore is locked behind secrets, but folklore is meant to be unlocked. The Sokaloo is haunting NC as well as Tennessee. There are many giants that might be clients of the Dark Watchers, who might have psychokinesis. And the phantom time hypothesis is like a phoenix, coming back around again and again. The laser strain on your brain if you got more than 2 brain cells in you. Some believe McCartney's dead because they read into the Mandela effect, which is subject to folklore.